What up, YouTube? Dark Dub coming at you with something that I decided I would get done last night because I needed to work on commands. It is my combination changing lock. I got the circuits that I needed to make this thing work in Bedrock, and I went ahead and put them in using commands last night. It took me 3 hours because I was learning commands, but let's show you what I got. So the first combination that we've got in here is 1, 3, 5, and 7. Push the button, you get the light. That's where I would put the door or whatever this was gonna open. But then it also cleared my number. So then let's go ahead and put in something that's not the combination. Okay, no light. Let's do that 2 more times. No light. And no light. If you look over there, that lit. That tells me that this counter counted 3 wrong combinations and changed the combination. So now the combination is 2, 4, 6, 8. Push the button, get the light. Just to show you there's not 2 combinations, 1, 3, 5, and 7, the first combination gets a wrong answer. There are 2 in the dropper, there is 1 there. There would be 3 in the dropper. All 3 of them drop in here, and that means that it's counted 3 wrong combinations. So the first thing we wanted to do was make sure that pushing that button keeps that light on. And the way we did that was with a T flip-flop. Push the button and the light stays on. I'll have a video in the description for that. This was the one that worked in the Minecraft, the PlayStation 4 editions, and it does not work in the Bedrock edition. So I had to replace those right here. Each of the T flip-flops runs up and then across the line back over to the lights, and they also run out into the front, what I call the front of XOR gates. So the way an XOR gate functions, I've got a video in the description of how to make this exact gate. I've also got another video in the description about how to make this exact gate, which is the PlayStation rendition. What makes them an XOR gate is the fact that when both of your inputs are the same, you're off. When they're opposite, you're on. And it seems to work fairly well until you get 2 inputs that are too fast. Now you've got 2 inputs that are the same and you've got an output. That is something that I just can't have in this device. This will not work with that. It requires too much excess circuitry. So I went with this one. What I've got here is the dropper that counts how many wrong combinations we've got. It runs out to this light, and that light just shows that you got a signal out this way. And every time you get 3 wrong, it sends a signal out to this shift register. And basically a shift register, which I've talked about before, all it does is count the amount of inputs that come in, basically. That's an oversimplification though. Really what it does is it takes data and passes it along. It's a combination of different registers. So each one of these is a 1-bit register. That's not important. What's important in this aspect is that it's counting what we're doing. The link in the description is to a video called Simple Redstone Counter. So you get an input and it counts for you. And you'll see here that each of my lights, and let's go to the one that's on, runs out to a torch, turns that torch off, which turns the line down here off, running power to those torches, which power the lines above. And these lines above simply run into the back side of those same XOR gates that I just showed you, in essence changing the combination. So we've got, that's the first line, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8. Now something else I did was I ran these lights, I ran the power up. I ran them to this line. Now when this line's on, this torch is off. But when all those lights are off and this line's off, then that torch is on. And that sends power out and you get your first signal over there. And the rest of the lights there all send a signal up to these other lines. And what those lines do essentially is they come over here, and nothing happens when I press this button, but when I have something like a key card set, I can run it to take power off of that. Then when I press this button, boom, it tells me I'm on my second combination. And then I can have that same signal that's sent to tell me come back and spit my key card out, which would set that. So let's go over the basics of a combination. Okay, you've got a line that runs and has a torch off of it. Okay, and you've got as many inputs as you want, and you can invert or not invert them as they jump onto that line as you decide. Now the ones that you invert going onto that line are going to be the ones that you need to turn on for your combination to work. Now if that part makes sense, then it's just another step away to say that let's not run these inputs directly to that line, but let's then run them into the XOR gate that I showed you on the front side, we'll call it. And then the back side, I've got this right over here. The back side, you can have inputs going in there too. And so I flip this light and this light, 3 and 6, and that inverts what I have to flip over here. And so a 3 and a 6 gives us our light there, and then when we press our button, there goes our output. So basically I just ran the shift register into this side. Now this video is already pretty long. I don't want to make it any longer by going over all the intricate gate work in it. If anyone wants a longer, more in-depth video on the exact hows, I will do that if I get enough requests. I don't have a ton of time. Right, so what I have planned is a bank series. This is basically a vault combination that I'm planning for a bank vault. I also have planned to marry the guts of this device with some item sorters and make some type of an ATM. I've got ideas for something that I've never seen anybody do as far as an ATM, so I'm kind of geeked about that. I think my next video I'm going to go over the commands that I used to make this happen as quickly as I did. It would have took forever to do on the PlayStation 4 editions, as far as just putting those two circuits in. That could have been days. That would have translated into weeks of my game capable time. I don't have a lot of. So if you like this video, go ahead and leave a like, go ahead and hit subscribe if you have not yet subscribed to this channel, and let me know what you think down in the comments. It's been real. Peace.